And sleep, so I want to tell you it's keeping me up at night. So I want to talk about American culture shocks because I moved here when I was 18, and let me tell you, I was shocked. Okay, first things first, I feel like people don't have manners here, and hear me out. Like, I don't mean like you guys aren't raised right or anything. I'm just saying, but no wait. Like maybe a little bit, because like whenever I would introduce my mom or grandma to people here, like they would go as far as giving them nicknames, like not just calling them by their first name, like no auntie, no ma'am, no nothing. Like, I don't know, that's really rude for us. So another thing, I would say like the Middle East is like fair and lovely racist, and not necessarily like get the fuck out of my store for speaking in a different language racist. You know what I mean? That's not to say that like racism doesn't exist in the Middle East. Like, it does, of course, but like it's more colorism mainly, and that's like the overwhelming issue. You know what I mean? But like no one's here in front of your face like yelling at you, being like, oh, why are you speaking a different language? We're in America, go back to your country. Like, come on. And it's like my grandma barely speaks English. I mean, actually she doesn't speak English at all. And we were at a JCPenney, and it was like my first week in America, literally, and this random lady like overheard my grandma speaking in Arabic, and she literally went up to her and she was just like, oh, you should go back to your country, like blah blah blah. My grandma's looking at her like, ah ha ha, nice. And like I had to jump in and be like, bro, like she is, I promise, like she doesn't want to stay here, wallah. That's another thing, like not everyone wants to live here, I promise. Like sometimes people just fucking visit, like chill, like they are going back to their country, fuck, like chill. Oh my god, God forbid you take a white person out to dinner, holy fuck. Like hear me out, it's like my issue is like in the Middle East, it's super common to like take out your friends like to dinner or whatever, and like when the bill comes, like you all fight each other, you know what I mean? Like you're just like, no, I'm paying for the bill, like I'm paying for the bill, like whatever, you know? People sneak out, they go sneak out to the waiter, give them their credit card, like all this shit, right? And it's like, as like everyone usually just goes like, oh, dinner's on me, you know what I mean, and immediately fight. Like that's normal. Here you say dinner's on me and they go like, oh my god, Adeib is so generous, like fuck off, my credit card can't take that. It's a figure of speech, don't take me fucking literally. And the issue is like if they do take you literally and now you're stuck with a bill, you're never seeing that money again, ever. And if, God forbid they ever buy you like water at Starbucks, anything, they're gonna charge you for like a cent, you know what I mean? Like, oh, 35 cents, you owe me Venmo request 35 cents, like what? It has nothing to do with like, you know, how much money you have. Like, you know what I mean? In the Middle East, like we'll still fight over a falafel sandwich. You know what I mean? Like it's like $50, but I'll still fight you over it. You know what I mean? Like I'll be like, no, it's on me this time. But here, no. Like they'll just be like, oh, Adeib is so generous. Like, oh my god. Like, woo! Like you can't be nice here without getting broke. You know what I mean? Last culture shock is I feel like I have way more unnecessary conversation in this country than any other country I've ever been to in my entire life. I feel like here, if you're standing in line at a Starbucks and you make one wrong move, you make eye contact with the wrong person, they are coming up to you and having a full proper conversation. For what? For what? You'll never see them again. That's not normal anywhere else. Like